Hi, good day. It's Jackie. We are going to do a little yoga practice today. So to begin our practice, we're going to be sitting. So I recommend that you sit up on some support. I have a couple of folded blankets here. They're pretty firm blankets, but whatever you can sit on, you could sit on something like a yoga block or a cushion. You want it to be firm, though, not a soft pillow, so that when you come to sit, you can have your hips a little bit raised up, and perhaps when you cross your legs, your knees are even with your hips or even just a little bit below your hips, and then you can put your mat out and take a moment to get settled. So if it's possible to close the door of the room that you're in, turn off your phones, turn off your devices, so that you can just take a little bit of time for yourself to do a little self-care, to do some slower movements, some deeper breathing. All of these things are so helpful for us. So take a moment, get yourself situated, see if you can try to sit in a way that your spine is lifting up and that you are not rounding your shoulders or letting your head sink forward. So these are habits that most of us have. So see if you can draw your shoulders back so the chest lifts, let your head go back, and then let your hands rest comfortably on your lap so that the shoulders are down and the elbows are, you can kind of feel the weight of your arms. So take an inhale. See if you can, again, lift up a little bit more. And let out a little sigh. Good. Do another breath like that. Inhale, lift your chest. And a good sigh. And just feel yourself settling down into your seat. You might even soften your eyes or close the eyes for just a couple of breaths. Get a sense of where you are. Maybe you hear sounds around you, or in the room that you're in, there may be some sounds, or maybe you just feel the places you're touching the floor here. And then blink your eyes open, and we're going to begin to do some arm movements with our breath. So for the practice, for our yoga practice, we're going to be breathing in and out through the nose. So just let your arms come down by your sides, and as you inhale, reach them out to the side and lift them up over your head. As you exhale, lower your arms down, lower your eyes down, pull your belly in, a little hugging in of the abdomen. Again, inhale your arms out to the side and up, and lift your eyes, and stretch your fingers. And then exhale down, softening the eyes and the shoulders, and hugging in the navel. Let's do a couple more breaths like that. So the in-breath, breathing through your nose, lift your arms. The exhale, pull your belly in, lower your eyes. One more. Slow inhale. Slow exhale. And then please lean over to the left side and let that hand touch the floor. You could even put a block or something under your hand. If you're propped up kind of high, you may be needing something to prop your hand up as well. So please inhale your right arm up. And on your exhale, pull your belly in. On your inhale, reach your arm over your head. You can let the lower arm, that elbow, bend. And on your exhale, bend that elbow like you're going to wave at somebody and pull your belly in. And do that again. Inhale your arm, reach, reach, reach. Exhale, bend the elbow, pull your navel in. Again, inhale, reach over, look up, open the armpit, open the rib cage. Exhale, bend the elbow, and then we're going to hold one breath there. So inhale, arm over. Now hold here on your exhale, and on your inhale, can you open more? And then exhale, you can lower the right arm all the way down. Inhale up to the center, and sitting tall, pause for a moment and just notice the sensations on the two sides. Please lean over to your right hand. And then inhale your left arm up. Exhale, bend the elbow, pull the belly in like you're going to wave. And then inhale, reach your arm over your head and look up here. Open up. Exhale, bend your elbow, pull in your navel. You can think about drawing the elbow back maybe. And then inhale, reach over, look up. Exhale, bend the elbow, pull in your belly. One more time. Inhale, reach over, look up. Exhale, bend the elbow, draw it back. And then we're going to reach and hold. So inhale, reach over. Hold here on your exhale, pull your belly in. And inhale, open the chest, open the armpit. And then exhale, bring your arm down. Come back to the center. Pause, notice the two sides. And then, as we did earlier, inhale both arms up over your head. Look up. Exhale both arms down. And do that again. Inhale. And exhale. And then pause, do some shoulder rolls. And we're going to do one more thing in seated to kind of warm up our legs. This is an interesting movement. So we're going to stretch the legs out straight, and I'm going to turn to the side. So I'm going to take just a little bit of support to sit on. I'm going to turn to the side and stretch the legs out straight. So not so important that the legs are completely straight. In fact, if you find that you round your back a lot here, try a little bend in the knees and see if that helps you to sit up straighter. Or you could even take a little cushion and put it under your knees. Kind of roll up a little roll to put under your knees, and this may help you to sit up straight. So it's actually not good for the spine to sit like this. Anyway, so try to sit tall, and feel free to bend your knees. So we're going to do some movement with the right leg. If you bring your fingertips to the floor behind you or on the blanket, whatever you're touching, and maybe turn the fingers out so the shoulders draw back. And point your toes straight up. Please inhale and lift your right leg. On the exhale, bend that knee, put the foot flat, pause on your inhale and lift your chest. And on your exhale, straighten the leg again. So inhale, lift your leg any amount. Are you leaning back? Can you do it without leaning back? Exhale, bend your knee. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten the leg. Inhale, lift, right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten it. I'm going to do one more. So inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift the chest. And then straighten your leg, and using your hands to help you keep your spine lifted. All we're going to do is do the leg lifts. So we're going to inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, touch it down. Try not to let it crash down. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, touch it down. Now try turning that right foot out to the little toe side, and on your inhale, lift your foot. And exhale down. See if you notice the work of that in a different muscle. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now turn your foot to the big toe side and lift your leg. Inhale. And down, exhale. That one's a little bit harder. You can do one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. And then turn your toes straight up and with the legs straight and the spine long. We'll do two more. Inhale, lift. Lower it down as softly as you can. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And then once more, inhale, lift that same foot. Exhale, bend the knee. And we're just going to keep the knee bent. You can give it a hug with your hands and sit up nice and tall. And then for a few breaths, we're going to do a little turn. It's a little weird movement. So we're going to hold on to that shin with the opposite hand, left hand, and bring the right hand behind on the floor. And we're going to kind of do this little spiraling in and out movement. So inhale, look toward your straight leg and lift your chest. Exhale, turn your belly, your shoulders, and your head. And don't pull with your arm. Do it from your belly. And then inhale back to the center and lift back up. And then exhale, turn, navel, ribs, shoulders, head. Inhale back to the center and lift. One more time. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center, lift. Try to go slowly. And the next time we're just going to hold the little turn. So exhale, turn. And then stay in the turn and lift your chest. And then exhale, turn a little more. If you have longer arms, you might be able to wrap your elbow around your leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn your head. And then inhale back to the center. And before we do that to the other side, if you can just lean back on your hands, you can bend both knees. Take your feet quite wide, and we're going to let the knees kind of windshield wiper side to side. And maybe you turn your head over the opposite shoulder. So notice your two hips. So these movements are a little weird. Okay, and then come back to sit straight. Call this staff pose. So it's like you're a stick. Everything's very tall and straight. So again, if it's hard for you to lengthen your spine with your legs stretched out, bend your knees a little bit or put support under your knees. So hands behind. We're going to use the hands to help us lift, and we're going to do the movement with the left leg. So please inhale and just let your left leg lift up. And slowly lower it down on the exhale. You want to put it down as softly as you can. So do that again. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, put it down. Now turn your foot out to the little toe side. And when you inhale, lift your foot while it's turned out. And exhale down, pull your belly in. See if you notice some different muscles working, maybe inner thigh. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now internal. So go big toe side. Turn your foot in. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and then point your foot straight up. Lift your chest. We'll do two more with the legs, toes straight up. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale, down. And then we'll do the other movement. So inhale, lift the leg, and on the exhale, bend the knee, and then pause. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten the leg. I think we did this one first on the other side. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg. So do that once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg. And then if you just bend that left knee, we'll hold the twist. So take your opposite hand onto your shin, and then the left hand's going to just stay on the floor, and we're just moving the spine. We're inhaling, so here's the movement is to lift. It's called axial extension. Can you lift up? And then exhale, turn the navel, turn the shoulders, the head and the eyes. And then on the inhale, come back to the center and lift. Exhale, turn your navel, ribs, shoulders, head, eyes. Inhale, center, and lift. Once more, exhale, turn, navel, shoulders, head. Inhale, center, lift, and then we'll hold a little turn. So exhale, turn, any amount, and when you hold on the inhale, lift more. And then exhale, try to turn a little further from your rib cage. And inhale, lift. Exhale, turn your head and your eyes. And again, if you have long arms, you can wrap your elbow around the front of your leg. Inhale, but try to move from your navel, not using your arm to pull you. And then inhale, back to the center. And you can straighten that leg. So on the other side, we did windshield wipers, but we are going to do them again, but we're going to lie on our back. So come to lie on your back, and you can move that support that you were sitting on out of the way. And lie down. And once you're lying on your back, which may feel quite nice for your back after sitting like that, let your feet come out to the edges of your mat and windshield wiper your knees side to side. So inhale up and exhale to the side. This movement is pretty simple. So can you focus a little more on your breath here? So exhale, pull your belly in as you go to one side with the knees. Inhale, like the breath lifts your knees back up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, back up. Let's do once more to each side. So exhale, maybe you turn your head the other way. Inhale, and then exhale, knees to one side, head to the other side. Inhale, center, and then please walk your feet in to so that the knees are bent and the heels are in line with your hip bones. So the joints are lined up, the hips, the knees, and the heels. And then place your hands down by your sides. So we're going to stretch our back a little bit by lifting our arms up over our head. So inhale and stretch your arms up over your head all the way back to the floor behind you. Enjoy that stretch down your back. Exhale, lower your arms down by your sides, pull your belly in. Again, breathing slowly and through your nose. Inhale your arms up over your head. Spread your fingers, reach a little bit. Exhale down.
Now this time, keep your hands down by your sides, and when you get to the in-breath, lift your hips up. So try to keep your neck straight. It puts a little pressure on the back of the neck, this movement. Exhale down, and when you touch down, pull your belly in. Again, lift your hips up. Inhale. They feel nice after those leg lifts. Exhale down, and then this time, do your arms and your legs together. So lift your hips and your arms. Exhale down, belly in. Breathing through the nose. Again, lift your hips and your arms. Whatever amount you lift is fine. And exhale down, belly in. And then just draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. And you can massage your back. Again, that might feel nice after those seated movements that we did. Sitting on the floor is actually kind of hard on the back, so it's good to stretch it out a little bit afterwards. So for the next movement, we're going to come onto hands and knees. So please roll over to one side and use your hands to push yourself up. And when you come onto your knees, if you'd like to use the cushion to pad your knees, you're welcome to do that. So come to all fours. Please stack your hands up underneath your shoulders, your hips up over your knees. So we call this tabletop position, so everything's stacked up. Inhale, lift your chest and your eyes. Exhale, pull your belly in, fold back so that your elbows touch down and your head bows toward the floor, hips sink back. And on the inhale, just come up to tabletop and lift your chest and your eyes. Exhale, belly in as you round back. Inhale back up. So this time we're going to add an some leg movement. So exhale back, and when you inhale, lift up and lift your right leg, and just hold your leg up in the air. Circle your ankle, which might feel nice after those seated poses. For a moment, touch the toes down to the floor and push back to stretch the back of the leg. And then lift the leg again, and please bend the right knee and make some circles from your right hip. So circle the knee around. Try to do it slowly, move smoothly, and don't drop your head. Keep your chest lifted. Go both ways. Change your circles. And then perhaps you can try this lifting it out to the side. Keep your chest lifted and hold it up. Maybe lift it higher. And then exhale your knee down and fold back. It's called fire hydrant pose. And then inhale up to all fours. Pull your belly in, round back one more time. And when you come up this inhale, go ahead and lift your left leg. Again, you can circle the ankle. And then for a moment, put the toes down on the floor and push back with your heel so the stretch goes down the back of the leg, even into the sole of the foot. And then please lift your foot back up, bend the knee, and circle the left hip. So you're making circles with your knee, but the movement's coming from your hip joint. Keep your chest lifted. Go the other way. Go slower if you can. And then try the fire hydrant pose here. So see if you can lift your knee out to the side, lift your chest. Don't hurt your back. And then exhale, put your knee down, fold back. And inhale up to all fours. Now we're going to stretch out both legs. So tuck the toes of both feet under, push your hips up, downward facing dog pose. Starting with a little bend in your knees, you can push the hands away. Lift the hips up, maybe pedal out the legs a little bit. So what helps you to lengthen the back of the body? Is it pushing your heels down? Even if they don't touch, it's fine. Or maybe bending the knees and lifting your hips more. When you inhale the next time, please lower your knees down to the floor. And we're going to stand up on the knees. So again, this padding under the knees may be helpful. Like you did lying on the floor earlier, we're going to lift the arms up with our breath. So please inhale your arms up over your head and lift the eyes and stretch. And exhale your arms down, let your eyes lower down. Breathe through your nose.
Smooth inhale, lift. You're welcome to lean back if it's comfortable for you. Arms down, exhale. So how does that feel for your shoulders? Here's a variation. You could bend your elbows and lift your arms up like this. If you have shoulder injuries or tight shoulders, exhale down. So do one more, either straight arms or do the bent elbow version. That's fine too. And exhale down. Good. And then please put your hands back down on the floor and come to downward dog again. So we stretch out the back. So push up. So try the pose with a little bend in your knees. Try lengthening the sides of the body. You're welcome to hold this pose a little longer. If you feel tired or you'd just like to rest for a moment, you can just put your knees down and take a breath and then push back up, or you could come into child's pose. So in child's pose, we sink the hips back and we let the head rest. So the head could rest on the floor, perhaps, or you can stack the two hands up and put your forehead on your hands, so whatever works for you. If you're still holding downward dog, please come down to child's pose for a moment. And notice, as you hold still, notice your breath, notice how you feel. And then please push back up to all fours. We'll do one more movement on all fours. So please take your right leg back and let the toes of that foot touch the floor. And then we're going to inhale the opposite arm, the left arm, out to the side and up. Now hold it here on your exhale. Pull your belly in. And when you inhale, take the raised arm toward your head and straighten the back leg a little bit more. And then exhale your arm back up. Pull your belly in. Do that again. Inhale your arm over toward your head. Exhale back up. And then just hold on your inhale and open up a little bit more. And please exhale your arm down and put that hand on the floor for a moment. Even up the weight on your shoulders. And then take the arm that you were just lifting forward. Hold on the exhale, and when you inhale, see if you can lift your left foot off of the floor. And we're going to hold this. Exhale. On your inhale, think about lengthening. Can you lengthen your arm? Can you lift the leg a tiny bit more? On the exhale, hold. And one more inhale. And then please put everything down, your hand, your knee. You may want to shake out that right wrist a little bit. Come back, rock a little bit. And then we'll do the other side. So come up to all fours, and I'm just going to turn around so I'll be facing you. And take your left leg back. Have the foot on the floor to start. And we're going to take the opposite arm, right arm out to the side. So please inhale and open up into the little twist. Hold here on your exhale. And on your inhale, take the raised arm over by your head and try to straighten the back leg a little more. And exhale back up. Sorry, Mr. Plant. Do that again. Inhale your arm over beside your head. Exhale back up. And then hold here on your inhale. Try to open more. Hold on your exhale. One more inhale. And then when you exhale, take your chest back down and put your hand back down on the floor. Even up your shoulders. And then that arm that you were lifting, please lift it forward. You can look down. Hold on the exhale, and when you inhale, lift your back leg, lift the left leg. We're going to hold that. So hold on the exhale. Lengthen on your inhale. Hold on your exhale. Lengthen on your inhale. Try to lift a little. And then please put everything down and fold back. Sink your hips back. Or you could also just put your elbows down. For some people, that's nice. Move your wrist if you need to. Child's pose for a couple of breaths. Maybe a sigh. And then please push back up to all fours. And we're going to come to downward dog on our way up to standing. So please push up to dog pose. And you could have your knees bent a little bit here. And then please make your way up to standing. And you can move any padding out of the way. And once you're standing,
Just take a moment to notice how it feels to stand on your feet. Give everything a little jiggle, maybe shake your legs. Shaking is really good for you. So if it just feels like you need to shake it off, dancing, all of these things are, they're kind of, all cultures have their forms of dance, and shaking and movement helps to release stress. All right, so we're going to do a couple of things in standing. First movement we're going to do is to just lift our arms up over our head like we did on the floor. So now how does it feel? You're standing on your feet. Lift your arms up. Maybe you lean back in this position. We did this on our knees as well. Exhale down, pull your belly in. These movements are uplifting. So we need a lot of uplifting movements these days. Exhale down. Let's do that one more time. See how it feels for your back and your shoulders. You can widen the arms if that's more comfortable for your shoulders. And then exhale down. All right, and then we're going to do a couple of movements in the Warrior One position. So I'm going to turn to face the short edge of my mat and step my right foot forward so that it's in line with my right hip, and step my left foot back so that it's in line with my left foot. So I'm not lining up my feet. We found that this is a little better for the hips and the low back. So please take a test bend in your front knee, your knee right over your heel. If you're not used to doing it this way, try it. It can make your hips more happy. So straighten the leg on the exhale, touch your belly. And then inhale, bend your knee and sweep your hands out in a low V shape. You feel that openness in your chest. Exhale, straighten the leg, touch your belly again. Hug. Do that again. Bend the knee, lift your arms, and sweep them out. Exhale. Now this time we're going to just take the arms straight out to the sides, like 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. So inhale. Now how does that feel for your chest? Exhale. This time touch your chest, heart center. Do that again. Bend the knee, open the arms straight out. Exhale, touch your chest. And this time we're going to take the arms up in a V shape above the head. So open the arms up, wide arms. Straighten the leg, touch the chest. Do that again. Bend the knee, open. Straighten the leg, touch. Now this time we're going to hold the bend in the knee and we're going to go back to the first arm position. So bend the knee, lower arms on the inhale. And just hold here on your exhale. Try to let your shoulders get softer. And on your inhale, let your arms float up to the second position. Hold that as you exhale. Pull in your belly. Inhale, lift your arms up high. Hold on the exhale. And we're just going to hold for a few more breaths. So some things that could help you maybe feel steady and comfortable in the pose. To lean forward if this hurts your back. To bend the front knee a little less, or if you want more challenge, maybe you bend the front knee more and lift your chest a little bit more. When you get to your next exhale, please lower your arms and step your feet together. And we're going to give the legs a little shake so you can shake your feet. And then we're going to shake everything by doing this little swinging movement. So please step your feet about shoulder width apart and let everything swing. So let your head turn, your arms swing. It's a nice little, again, movement that shakes things out. And then we're going to do the whole sequence on the other side. So facing the short edge of your mat, again, I'm just going to turn around so you're seeing my left side. Step the left foot forward and the right foot back. And again, try to keep your heels lined up with your hip bones. And then when you do this little test bend, make sure your knee is right over your heel and you have an appropriate distance for your legs. And on the exhale, straighten your leg, touch your abdomen, hug in, and then we'll begin. So bend the knee, let the arms sweep out, low V shape, breathing through your nose. Straighten the leg, touch your belly. That's the exhale. Same again, bend the knee, sweep your arms out, low V. How does that feel for your shoulders and chest? Exhale, straighten the leg and touch. Okay, this time we're going to go straight out to the side. So inhale, open. Exhale, touch the chest, the heart center. Bend the knee, open again, straight out to the sides. How does that feel for your shoulders and your chest? Exhale, straighten the leg and touch, heart center.
Now this time, big V shape. So bend the knee, let your arms go up. Spread the fingers, lift your eyes perhaps. Exhale, straighten the leg, touch heart center. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to hold the bend in the knee. Go back to the first arm position. So bend the knee, sweep the arms low. Hold on the exhale, let your shoulders drop. And then inhale, your arms just float up. Hold on the exhale, belly in. And then inhale your arms up, big wide V. Soft shoulders on the exhale. We're going to hold the pose for a few breaths, big open-hearted warrior. So you could, again, maybe lean forward if it hurts your back, or lift your chest more, or bend the front knee more. Where can you hold? When you get to your next exhale, please lower your arms down. Step your feet together one more time. Give your feet a little shake, shake your hands a little bit, and then we'll swing. So please step your feet wide and you let your arms swing. This is called empty coat sleeves or empty shirt sleeves. You can let your hands be floppy and tap your back and turn your head. And then you can try peeking over the opposite shoulder. So try turning your head the opposite way. Makes your brain have to think a little bit, but good for your neck. And then pause for just a moment. See what you feel. How do you feel? And then we're going to lie back down on our back. So please come to lie down. And when you're lying on your back, you're welcome to get comfortable. So we're going to pull the knees up into the chest. And rock around, sway, in a way that helps you to massage your back. So particularly the low back. So what do you feel in the low back area, and how can you move so that it feels good for you? So you could sway, or you can circle your knees around. Still paying attention to the low back. How does that feel? You can circle your ankles. Nice to do after we did those standing poses. And then please lower your feet to the floor. And we're going to let the legs rest for a moment. So you can let your knees touch. Maybe it's more comfortable to have the feet a little wider, and just bring your hands to touch your body, so on your belly or your rib cage. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, just close your eyes for a moment. And check in. So we continue to turn our attention inward. We look inward. How do you feel? So when I say how do you feel, I mean your body, but I also mean how do you feel? So we're going to do a little twist, and you may want to use your blanket or your support to hold this twist. So we're going to bring the knees up to the chest, and we're going to twist to the right with both knees. So I'm going to try to have my knees touching and hug them close to the chest, and as they go to the side, I'm going to try to keep bringing them closer. You can stretch your arms out to the side, so bringing the knees closer to the chest. And then you may find that, something under your legs is helpful. What we want is that the left shoulder is still on the floor, that arm isn't like just hanging out in space. So get yourself situated so you can hold, and then maybe just turn your head straight up. See what you notice about this position. Where do you feel it in maybe your left side, your hip, or your rib cage? And then if you can let your right hand just come to your legs, and you might notice now where the knees are relative to each other. So mine are kind of skewed. So what we're going to do is take a big inhale into the left chest. And on the exhale, just see if that top knee can slide a little closer to the lower knee. Not a lot, just a little, and see what you feel when you do that. Maybe all the way down your back. So take another big inhale into your left chest, and on the exhale, maybe you can just slide the top knee a little closer to the lower knee. Just do one more breath like that. Inhale into your chest. And exhale, slide your knees just a wee bit closer. Don't hurt your back, please. And then we're going to come to the center. So lift your knees one at a time. So please come up one at a time with your legs.
place your feet on the floor, even up the hips and shoulders, and pause for a moment and see if you can, what you notice about your back or your hips or your shoulders. Any awareness after that twist. And then we're going to go to the other side. So if you did use support there, you may want to put something over there. When we go to the left with the knees, then the right side's getting a stretch. And a lot of us are tighter on the right side, so you may really find that support helpful for your knees. So please draw your knees close to your chest and hug them together so they're touching. You can stretch the arms out to the sides. Palms up is usually good for the shoulders, but see what's comfortable for you. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, as you draw the knees over to the left, keep pulling them towards your chest, and then find the spot where you can get the legs supported and your right shoulder is still pretty much on the floor. And notice, what do you feel down this right side? And again, if you can touch your legs with your hand, your left hand this time, you can take an in-breath. And on the exhale, see if the top leg, the right leg, can just slide ever so slightly closer to the lower leg. This is quite subtle. You don't have to move a lot, and don't hurt your back. So do it again. Inhale. And then top knee closer to the lower knee. One more inhale. One more exhale. Please inhale, lift your legs one at a time. And come back to the center and put your feet down. Situate your hips and shoulders so they're even. And then we're going to do a little movement to stretch out the back in a symmetrical way after those twists. So if you pull your knees into your chest, you can hold on to your legs by placing your hands on your kneecaps so the fingers point down toward your toes. On your next in-breath, just straighten the arms so that the knees rock away a little bit. And when you exhale, just bend the elbows. So what's going to happen is the knees are going to pull in, and maybe there's a little pressure on your belly, a little stretch for your back. And then inhale, straight arms. And then exhale, bend your elbows, pull your belly in. Inhale. So just really simple movement. And it's also a nice way to just connect to the rhythm of your breath. So do a couple more. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, straighten your arms. And again, exhale, bend your elbows. And when you inhale this time, lower your feet all the way down to the floor. And we'll rest for a moment. So if it's helpful, step your feet a little wider and let your knees touch, and then rest your hands somewhere on your body, perhaps on your belly, and close your eyes. Begin to let go of the effort to breathe. So try not to control the breath, just let it move as it does. And just let your attention scan gently from the head down to the feet, and just be aware of any areas of comfort where what feels pretty good right now. Any areas of discomfort, and could you adjust your body to be more comfortable, your shoulders or your hips? And we're going to prepare the body now for the relaxation part. So for this part, we're going to lie still. Many people are comfortable lying still with the legs stretched out flat. If that's good for you, stretch your legs out flat. Many people are not comfortable that way, and if it's better for you to have the knees bent, you could do that, or you could put the blanket or a pillow under your knees so that the knees are slightly bent. Some people even put the legs up in a chair like this, or if there's a couch or something in the room where you are, you can put your legs up. So find this spot that's comfortable for you, and you're welcome to keep your hands on your body or stretch your arms out to the side. Palms up is a nice classic open position for Shavasana, the relaxation pose. So we're going to take a breath or two, and we're going to use the sound ah just to let go a little bit. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, please inhale. And then say ah. Once more. Inhale. And then that ah. And just letting your body settle and find comfort, find rest. So this part of the practice where we let the body rest is a time to integrate all of the information from the postures and the breathing. It's a very important part of the practice, so don't cheat yourself on this part. So at least 12 breaths to stay, or I'd stay 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you have 10 minutes, stay for 10 minutes. Just give yourself permission to rest for a little bit. And as we settle in, I'll repeat my little prayer that I like to say at the end of the practice. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. And may we all live with ease. So again, I encourage you to continue to rest for another 5, even 10 minutes. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.